Hey, mamas, let's talk about life skills. I want to know, is your teen missing life skills? Does your teen have every skill that your child needs to be successful from today for the rest of his life or her life? And I got to tell you, one of the skills that I see so many teens miss, so many things that I know would be so much easier on you, and especially on your middle school or your high school or college student, come down to study skills. Really, how does your teen learn? And how does your teen personalize his or her own learning through study skills? So, if that is a life skill that your child is missing, your child does not know how to learn, does not know how to study, then I want to know about it down below. Let me know if you feel like this is a life skill your child needs now and that you know would make a big difference. Now, I'm going to give you some awesome advice here, some awesome tips, some kind of hopefully aha moments. So stick with me to the end. But do also know I can provide a lot of direct support in my Facebook group. So if you're not a member, there's a link in the description for you to join us after the video. All right. So, why are study skills life skills? Well, it's pretty simple. We all need to know how to learn, right? We're all born with this natural curiosity. We're all born wanting to know the answers to a lot of different things. But unfortunately, it gets to the point as we're kids and as your kids are growing up that they stop asking why. They stop being curious. And it also happens, not only do we stop wanting to learn, we stop really knowing how to learn. Okay. It gets to the point for us. Sometimes it's that elementary to middle school transition. Sometimes it's like way older, like in college or even like after graduation, that we realize, oh, I'm missing some skills here. Like I'm missing to know how to learn anything. Okay. You might be seeing it right now, mamas, with kiddos that are failing a class. Maybe your child is failing like every class. Or maybe, you've got a brand new high school student and you're like, man, Jessyka, this freshman year has been rough. Like my kid's always been a straight A student. My kid has always just seemed to got it, has never had problem with homework, has never, failed a test before. And then all of a sudden, things seem to have changed. Well, we want to learn for a long time as we're kids. And then no matter, like I said, it could be maybe middle school or older. And like I said, maybe it's your high school freshman right now. We realize, oh, like your kid's hit a wall. Your kid has basically stopped knowing what he knows. Like we just have like that plateau and then we just the bomb kind of goes off. The wall is hit, the time bomb of, oh, okay, how to do this, natural ability, like we're done. Like it happens for all of us. We get to the point where we know things, and then suddenly it's like, oh, well, I just don't get it anymore. I just don't know this. And so that is where study skills come in. That is why they are a life skill. We need to know how to learn through all of life. Okay. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. Doesn't matter if we're talking, like I said, in the classroom, if it's just a hobby at home, if it's something for a job someday, to get a job, to be successful owning a business, like whatever it is, we have to know how to learn. So why not know how to learn now when your child's a teen instead of waiting how many ever years and your child feeling really dumb? Your child feeling like, I can't do this. Your child going, man, this is just not my thing. Okay, we don't want that to happen, but your child has to know how to learn in order for that not to happen. Okay, I have a couple more thoughts for you before I do. I want to say thanks for being here on Facebook. Thanks for being here on YouTube. Make sure to follow, make sure to subscribe to the Ace Cookie Tutoring page and channel so you don't miss any future live videos, because if you turn on those notifications, you'll be notified when I go live, which is at least 3 times a week. And for those of us who haven't met each other, I'm Jessyka Coulter, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. I'm a study skills tutor. So I help teens love to learn by teaching them how to learn. So final thoughts here as to life skills and study skills. There are 12 study skills that I teach in my Love to Learn program. I would argue that every single one of them is a life skill. Okay, I always teach note taking first. And that's simply because it has the most impact the quickest, especially when your child is in school. Okay. Your child needs notes to be able to do the homework. Your child needs notes to have a resource to study for on the test. Your child needs those notes for maybe that open book, that open note test. Your child also needs those notes for maybe like next semester or even next chapter in that class. It could also be several years later in a high school, college, or maybe even a job. Okay. Do you know how we take notes as a teenager is going to be the same way we take notes for the rest of our lives. So that's just one example of a study skill that your teen needs that is a life skill. Things like organization, time management, goal setting, motivation, those all are life skills and study skills as well. Is your child's goal during, 7th grade going to be possibly a lot different than, senior year of high school? Oh, for sure. For sure. I totally agree and totally, like I'll, say yes to that, mamas. But the process of your child choosing a goal, the steps of making sure it's like a good goal, like making sure it's likely to happen, that's the same. No matter if we're talking like a video game, we're talking a career, we're talking about raising money for a car, like all of these things. Yeah, they're different goals, maybe different ages, but the steps to follow are the exact same. So that is why knowing how to learn through study skills, because studying is the process of learning, is why we need our teens to have the study skills that are life skills. Okay. Now, we haven't touched on some of the other life skills that are super important for teens, things like cooking, things like money. But I would argue, and I really want you to think about this, mamas, how can your teen learn these other life skills, things that aren't study skills, without actually knowing how to learn? Because we can't learn if we don't know how to learn. And we don't know how to learn until we have study skills. So we want more help, want more information, looking for some of that support from me, from thousands of other mamas, for others who really are learning about study skills. Join my Facebook group. There are so many amazing resources in there, so much more support I can give you one-on-one because we can actually talk. I can get to know you, get to know your teens. So go to the link in the description, answer a couple questions, and you'll be in the group teaching teens to love learning. Have a good night, good weekend, mamas. See you in the next video.